Don't tell me you're buying that stuff about invincibility and magical powers.
Do you know anything about the Methuselah stone, MacLeod? There have been stories about its power since before I was born.
Why are you doing this? You've lived this long without it. Why do you need it now?
Alexa.
One of the great joys of playing Mythos was that he kept doing unexpected things. I mean, really unexpected things. And that for me was where Methuselah's gift came from. I think he fell in love. I think he absolutely, genuinely, uncontrollably fell in love and was willing to do anything, absolutely anything, to keep Alexa alive.
Amanda?
You bastard. You can't trust anyone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You tried to have me killed, you son of a bitch.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I just want this crystal.
And this is a guy that must have fallen in love many times, seen humans go through their entire lifespan and disappear and never come back, and then have it happen to him over and over again, to have his heart broken over and over again. But he doesn't become totally cynical and jaded about it. He's still open and alive enough that he can let it happen.
She's in a hospital in Geneva. She doesn't have a home.
You knew it had to be this way.
Yeah, from the first moment I saw her. Is that supposed to make it easier? Is that supposed to make it okay? If there is one chance that I can save her, then I have to try.
That was a very appealing quality in him, that there was, in spite of everything, there was a childlikeness about him, that if he was touched and genuinely touched, that he had to do what he had to do.
You fool.
At least I don't betray my friends. Who's it gonna be next, MacLeod? How are you gonna kill him next? Just go ahead and kill me if she means so much to you.
In Methuselah's Gift, there's a little homage to my dad in there. My dad had a bout with cancer that year, and that really affected what I was able to put into this episode in terms of Mythos's reaction to losing someone he loved. It really informed my writing.
3 weeks ago, we were standing on a beach on Santorini watching the sunrise on the Mediterranean. Now she is lying in a hospital in Switzerland, breathing through a tube.
The reference to Santorini in his big speech is actually my dad had been in Santorini working on a documentary the year before, and he'd had a wonderful time, and one of my favorite pictures from him is from there. So putting that reference to Santorini in there was like my little nod of saying this is about my dad as much as it is about Alexa, which, by the way, he recovered and he's fine.
The opening, probably Highlander's, of all the shows, probably Highlander's biggest stunt, was pretty well impossible for us to do time-wise because it was a night sequence, night in Paris, and you need permission to, very far in advance to do, and which in television you don't have, and because the stunt was very, very, very big, which involved someone swinging from an electrical cable from a neon sign from the top of like a 10 or 12-story building onto the ground, which is pretty big for a television show. We did it, and one of the ways we did it was that we got someone in the French production department got the company Hennessy to basically pay for the sign. So it was a little product placement. We shot it over 3 nights, I think, because you can't do an all-nighter because you can't turn your schedule around to days. So we shot, I think, 1 night on the roof and 1 night on the ground, and so it was problematic, and it got done. And Adrian, of course, was right there wanting to go for it. You certainly can't call him shy. So he did a great job. I mean, it was a great stunt and one of our biggest, and he did it really well. The ending was also really, really big. I mean, there's a bunch of people on a bridge, and there's a face-off, and You got cars exploding and big shoot 'em up and lots of characters to worry about, and a little thing going over into a river and bodies going into a river, and that's a lot for one day. I ended up managing to get to set, I think, about 1 or 2 hours before wrap. I drove right up, and Adrian saw my face because he was still on the bridge, still getting ready to do the big explosion, and I knew that should have been done probably 2 hours before, or we were in big trouble. So he read my face as soon as I walked on the set and started laughing and said, "Don't worry, it's all going to get done."
Kill them.
He did the big explosion. It worked out really well, and he had a 3-page dialogue scene to do after that, which he basically set up and shot in an hour, wrapped on time, and it looked beautiful. And once again, Adrian proved himself a really good director who really, used everything that was given to him, because some directors ask for all that stuff and then don't have the time to use it, which is kind of irritating. But he used it all and managed time really well and gave a good product.
Beautiful, isn't it? Almost complete. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if Luth had found them all.
The whole idea in that there was this possibility of immortality. That, yeah, it wasn't like him and MacLeod and Richie and Amanda. Yes, you couldn't convey that on somebody, but maybe there was some kind of magic, some kind of hocus-pocus nonsense story that had a grain of truth to it. It was worth trying. I thought it gave him great breadth as a character, that someone who could be so cynical about some things could be so vulnerable about something else that was a fairy tale.
It's worth any amount of lives.
Whoever has the crystal becomes invincible, is that it?
So you know.
It's a myth, Luther, a story told by bored people around campfires.
Methuselah's Gift is actually an example for me of the perfect balance of a Highlander episode between a standalone story and our continuing storylines that go from episode to episode and season to season. There's a lot in it that plays off things that had come up before. It's a sequel to Legacy because of the crystals. It's a sequel to Timeless because of Alexa. But at the same time, if you turn on the television and you see this episode and you haven't seen those other two, you can follow the story and you can care about it. And to me, that's the perfect mix.
I know this doesn't have the magic, but, I don't know, I was thinking maybe you take it for good luck.
You keep it. Think of us.